Welcome, everybody, to the Trip D podcast, talking about wrestling. Now, are we got an extra third person here, Trey? Why don't you go ahead and introduce him?
From the south side of San Antonio, we have the badass Chino Reyes.
What is going on, guys?
What's
David,
going
Trey,
on,
thank you
my
so
brother?
much.
How are you?
Hey, brother, love you, miss you, man. David, Trey, thank you for having me on. Really, this is gonna be fun, man. I just want to come out here, drink some beer, have a good time, talk wrestling, and then we'll just go from there and see what happens.
Yeah, basically,
Absolutely.
what the reason why you were on here is I'm trying to get karma points so I could like rob a bank or something. So.
Hey, man, I will give you all the karma points you need. Whether it's the Mexican side, the Filipino side, the Indian, the Native American side, the black side, we'll give you all the karma points, man.
The only shit he ain't got is white.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll get you that card.
No, you
But
sleep next
no,
to it. You're good.
I try, man. I try. No, but yeah, let's have a good time, guys. It's and for everyone that's watching or is going to be watching, or going to watch this later. Let's have fun. Chime in.
So,
You're in the chat, whatever the case may be. Let's rock and roll. Let's do this.
hell yeah. So, Chino, how long have you been in the wrestling business? How old are you and how long have you been in the business?
You would ask me how old I am, you rat bastard. So
I'm hosting here. I know the
I
question.
will be 43.
I know the answer.
Uh,
I know all things.
I know you know the answer. I know you do. I'll be 43 this year. I've been wrestling since 2020. Oh, never mind. I say 24. 2005, 2006,
Okay.
roughly that area. I just started out with a guy who wrestled in WCW. He was one of the Halloweens. And then had another guy take me in, Jerry Reyes, real huge guy around here in Texas, Louisiana, Mexico. And then my final trainer was a man called Tito Sanchez. The man Tito Sanchez, real known name back in the day, back in Southwest Championship Wrestling, world class. And then just been doing that. I've worked for different companies, worked the States, worked Mexico, worked Canada. I've worked here, there, pretty much everywhere. And
And you're primarily now like working around South Texas, or you still getting out
South
there
Texas,
around like the Gulf states?
Mexico, yeah, South Texas, Mexico, and then
Watch
just
out for
wherever
those
they
tariffs,
put me.
though.
Hey man, hey, no, they ain't gonna stop me. I'm an American citizen, damn it. I got my pink card. I mean, no, I'm an American citizen. No man, just wherever. Primarily just doing like the crazy death matches now. I've always done them, but now like towards the twilight of my days of just finishing up with that and just having a good time doing it.
Which
All
one?
right.
Which one's easier, the regular matches or the death matches?
Death matches, and I'll tell you why. Because with death matches, you wrestle a little bit, you tease a weapon, wrestle, and then you just go into it. And then you're like, as long as everyone's what you're doing, you're safe. As opposed to a wrestling match where, okay, hey,
What's our
we're gonna
time?
work.
340, 349, 350. I got a joke for you in a minute and 6 seconds. I got a
Okay,
nickname
so
for you that is gonna break records.
okay,
Okay.
we'll hear that. With the wrestling match, it's call this, call that, call this, call. If this doesn't happen, you're gonna call this. But if you call this, we gotta call this. You're gonna call this, gonna call this. And it's something you learn over the years. So it's a lot of it is just hand signals. A lot of it is just like look this way. A lot of it's just slap this, stuff like that. But for me personally, death matches are probably easier to work with.
Now, did you have to learn Carney for the matches, or
Oh yeah,
was it?
and I had to learn Connie in two different languages,
Oh, okay.
because well you have to remember that. Yeah, so you go like it's one of those things where back in the day the wrestlers they were calling their matches. Fans would be walking by. Oh, I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna do this and that. So it's like, all right, hey man, once we lock up, I'm gonna go ahead, whip one. I'm gonna hit two MF. Then we're gonna go for a 3-5. And then after that, we're gonna pinball. After we pinball, get stuff like that. And then in Spanish, it's hard because like, okay, vamos a hacer esto y esto. We're gonna do this, that. Suplex. Well, for suplex in English, that's a suplex. But in lucha libre, a suplex is actually a hip toss.
Oh, okay.
Or yeah, it's just it's different things like that. Or vamos a hacer raña and stuff like that. So having to learn that, especially like the old school Carney
Y'all
language.
put peppers on each other?
The what's up?
You put a serrano on them?
Serrano? No, I didn't put no chile on him.
Oh, okay. I was confused for a second.
Hey,
you started talking that other stuff from south of the border.
Hey, man, it's not that type of podcast.
Okay. Here's a question, because after you said it on that, how many times did you have to like realize where you're at, what Carney you're doing, and what you're doing in the match?
That just comes with like learning through it. Because I mean, when you go to training, that's the easy part. Learning how to bump, learning how to sell. That's all easy.
How hard is it to play to the audience when, like, down south versus up here in the Gulf states?
Man, you just go out there and whatever the promoter booker tells you to do. Like, hey, all right, you're heel, your face, or hey, your blue eyes, your brown eyes. All right, cool, let's do it. And
do you have anything like established down there already, though, that the promoters take into consideration?
They just know that I can work. I tell people I'm not a wrestler. I'm a worker. Okay. And people are like, well, what's the difference? Okay, as a wrestler, I can wrestle anyone. I can wrestle him. I can wrestle her. I can wrestle the bear. I can wrestle that. Cool. And the crowd, whatever. But as a worker, I can work him, I can work her, I can work the bear, I can work the boys in the back, I can work the crowd, I can work the people watching on a live stream, I can work the people that are watching the show for free across the street because they're cheap and they don't want to pay.
Standing on the balconies.
We had people sitting on a roof one time. That's what I try to tell these young kids. Like, you want to be a worker? Yeah, be a wrestler until you become a worker. To answer your question about, can you tell where you're at in the language or where you're at here and there? That just comes with like just in time.
Just feeling the crowd, like kind of reading the room.
When you first start in the business, it's like, oh, I can be the main event and you can put every belt on me and I want to go out there and be a superstar, and pump the brakes, kid. Pump the brakes.
Well, that's one thing I didn't talk about during your intro. Why don't you list off some of the titles that you held over your illustrious career?
I've forgotten more titles than I've won.
Do you currently hold anything right now?
No.
What was the shoot that I saw? Last time I saw you wrestle, you did a tag team match at a VFW, and you were fighting some tag team. They were tag team champs from another promotion, and I don't know how cross promotion stuff works in Texas and whatever. Maybe you can explain that, but I know that look on your face was priceless after that match. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Who you were wrestling? Who was your partner?
We were wrestling the Camacho brothers, and these guys are legit. These guys are legit. Like, that's probably because after that match, I was like dying. Like, I've never been put through a ringer like that before. The way we worked, the way just everything floated, the chemistry, the way everything meshed, it was awesome. And so, me and my tag partner have been tagging since like 2008. So, and we've traveled everywhere. There's been times where we've had to defend titles. Oklahoma, as soon as we're done, drive to Louisiana, as soon as we're done, drive to Georgia, as soon as we're done, drive all the way back to not San Antonio, but in Texas general, to defend, different tag straps. We didn't know we were winning. We didn't. For cross promotion, a lot of times the promoters will get together, however many promoters are involved. All right, man, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. All right, boom, 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 boom. All right. As far as championships goes, as long as the promoters are cool with it, it's all good. we didn't know we were winning. And that's why when you saw that look on my face, when I was just like that was legit, bro. Like that wasn't a work. That wasn't like me like acting. Like I was legit like, no, oh no, oh no, oh no, like someone messed up, someone watched, someone forgot to kick out something. We get to the back and nope, there was those guys telling us straight out, like, hey, we remember watching you and your tag partner, back in the day, and this is our tribute to you. And I'm like, man, here's the thing: when you're young in the business, you want all the belts, and then when you start getting, you're like, hey, man, I'll be first match. Hey, man, I don't want a belt. That's just extra weight I got to take with me somewhere. But I mean, it's been fun. It really has been, and I wouldn't trade in any of the experiences for the world.
That's awesome. You do have a match coming up later this month, and we'll get to that later in the episode. But right now, we want to jump into the Elimination Chamber. David, let's go. What's the first match you want to talk about? You want to just leave it off at the top of the card?
All right. Yeah. The first matchup was actually the best matchup in my opinion. Other than the foreshadowing and everything of the men's matchup, but the women's matchup, and I have to say this right now. Back in the day, you really didn't watch the back when it was during like Attitude Era. You didn't really watch the women's matchups. Nowadays, I'm really into watching the women's matchups because they are almost flawless and they're more entertaining. I don't know why or what they're doing, but man,
we love
the first part of it was just because there was a storyline that Jade Garrell was brutally attacked and she wasn't able to make the elimination chamber. Everybody thought it was Rodriguez and Morgan. When it came around to it, it was actually Naomi, they found out. Because she went straight for Naomi, beat her to a living pulp. I mean, she even took the gate and like, we're going to make sure you don't have to work for a while. I mean, and that was the first, the bell hasn't even rang yet. And she was taken out.
What we got?
What?
And I'm a guest, right? Hopefully this is the last time I'm on here. I don't think it's Naomi though. Originally, yeah, they thought it was Naomi. And then this footage came out, it was Liv and Raquel. But look at Bianca. If you go back and look at the footage, look at the way Bianca's reacting. She's not reacting like
maybe it was both of them.
Maybe. But let's say someone's after you like that. Like you're Liv Morgan. Look how scared Liv was. Not that she was scared like, oh, I found out, scared like I got blamed for something I didn't even do. And you look at Bianca.
You still do that, huh?
And I have to. It's a tick. Bianca and Naomi. Look at the way they're reacting. Like when Jade comes in and she looks at Liv and they're like, hey, it looks like did we get away with this? And then she blasts Naomi. And that's when, to me, Bianca's like, we're found. Like, I need to figure it out. That's why you go look at the footage again. Go look at how Bianca's talking about after the match. How she's real nonchalant about what happened.
I don't know about that.
I'm just saying. Hey, once again,
maybe you're reaching for gold. I don't know. Until that's the one good thing about these storylines that is happening right now. Is a lot of time we don't know what's going to happen.
Could that be the split of the tag team?
That might be. Who knows? But after that, we had now you're having me one. Yeah, it was Blanca Blair. She gets out. She's beating Liv Morgan. And then Perez was next. Let me get my notes here. I missed my spot. Yeah, Perez gets out, and then Bailey gets out. I love Bailey. She does a really great job. And then
I love Bailey.
Yeah. And then Alex Bliss comes out and just takes out. She out of the gate, she's just like a smooth little snake, and she just breaks everything.
Dude, I like her character. I like where it's going. I still like the tribute to Bray.
Yeah.
I like the slow pause to the Sister Abigail.
Yeah.
I love her jacket.
I love her
it's
jeans.
too close to like a Harley Quinn deal for me. But
this is why they need to they just need to put her with the Wyatt Six, especially
where
now
are
since
they?
Bo is,
Chino, we talked about this on our last episode, David. Where the fuck are they?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so we got to remember, Bray's brother, Bo, got hurt.
Yeah.
He just got cleared. Like in the last yesterday or today. He's cleared. So they're coming back. They're coming back.
Well, he doesn't. He's not doing that much wrestling. Because of his injury. And I was doing like research on Bo Dallas for like the longest time. I kind of missed the whole Bo leave thing.
You didn't miss anything.
I know. I missed a lot. Just watching little things. I missed a lot. Anyways, saying that, you can see how they're trying to ease him back in. I mean, he's hurt in two ways. I mean, emotionally, and I mean, just seeing him talk to that one scene where he's talking, Bo Dallas is talking to Uncle Howdy.
My Jake the Snakes just got delivered.
But he's literally like therapy right then and there. That was actually really good. That was Emmy Award winning acting right there.
If you wanted to see, I guess Bo, when it was, you have to go back to FCW days, when he was down there at FCW.
Yeah.
So like when we were all down there, right? So like it was like Seth, it was, it was Reigns, it was Bo, it was Bray, like when we were all down there, whatever. Like that was his best work. Other than now, what he's doing with the Wyatt Six, that was his best work.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I mean, don't get me wrong. He came in and they just put him as this Bo leave, and they put him like as a mid-card jobber. And I mean, even when he did stuff in NXT, it was still way better than the main roster stuff until now. Now he's been cleared. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see if he can't. Damn, son. We're gonna see.
Someone spent some money.
What they're gonna let them do. Wait, are they from that one spot? They're really good made, but they're really pricely cheap or cheaply priced.
Alpha
cheap.
Alpha Western Wear.
Decently priced. There's a guy.
There you go.
Not a sponsor, but absolutely where these came from.
I've never been really a cowboy boot fan.
Oh, dude, you know how pissed my wife is that I got fucking white snakeskin boots?
How pissed?
I was trying to kick your butt.
Now
she's like, you definitely don't need those. They look like boats on your feet. I said, yeah, but how cool are they going to be with fucking acid wash jeans, though?
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking for that Jake the Snake / Dwight Yoakam look.
Oh,
God.
Now, at the end of the matchup, it was Blair and Liv Morgan. And Liv Morgan, I mean, we had there. Let me bring that up real quick. But Liv Morgan got her butt handed to her.
Oh my God, that picture? The picture she took at the hotel?
Yeah.
Oh, she's all bruised up and everything, and
the whip from Bianca's hair.
And that's the thing,
dude,
it's not
she
a weapon.
Laid
it's
her
not
open.
a weapon.
I don't
It's
know.
technically not a weapon because it's her hair.
Yeah, it's part of her body. It's basically.
Good Lord.
Oh yeah, all the bruises in her abdomen area, like.
Look at
Yeah.
her arms, bro. She looks like she's
Yeah.
been shooting up and can't find a vein.
yeah, pretty much. God, it looks really horrible, but yeah. Ugh.
I mean, that's the price you pay, man.
She's just
Yeah.
like LOL aftermath.
Yeah, yeah. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Even I mean, Bianca like grabbed her by the legs and just hit her against the chains, hit her against the plastic, hit her against the chains, to the much so that
Almost put a monkey out there.
yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, like
Tell me you got that
hey,
picture ready
That
to
was
post up.
hilarious. That was you gotta
You
understand.
don't have that one ready to post?
I am not posting that.
It's
I am
after 5 minutes. We're good.
No, I am not posting that.
I'll post it on
No.
Twitter right now.
We just got the channel up.
Tino, tag the episode.
We decided to get rid of the channel. Why? Well, we went off of Trey's idea,
We were showing monkey left and right.
but she was
No,
wearing.
just the left side. That one.
Yeah, she was wearing underwear, so you
Yeah.
couldn't see anything. I mean, they did it just right. I mean,
How
It was-
terrible though. Like,
oh yeah,
dude. If her fingernails would have been a millimeter longer.
oh she
I'm
does.
just saying.
And man, she looks like she goes to Arby's a
They'd
lot.
have to charge $10 more on the pay-per-view, dude.
No, probably less. That's a good gateway for Arby's. We don't know.
He has the meats.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go in and look for, I mean, we all know about China, but not a lot of people know about Paige's little mix-up and how her.
Yeah, no. That they had to change the NXT women's belt because of her.
Really?
Please expound.
Yeah. Paige's tape or Paige's little stuff that happened. Like there's one where I'm not trying to be too graphic, but there's one where her face is next to the belt and something flies out at her, and they had to change the belt up.
Oh shit.
Oh wow!
I'll send it to you.
Wow! I did not know.
Yeah. And then that's why when they did that battle rap when it was the Usos versus New Day.
Yeah.
When they tell your boy Xavier Woods not to get all R-rated, that's because he's in the video with her.
Oh,
are y'all serious? Y'all didn't know that?
I thought she was gay.
No.
So she was
No.
she was with Brett with a guy called Brad Maddox.
To be fair, I hadn't gone through all the videos. Okay. So I didn't know that. I don't really like to know the names of the dudes. Only the women. Okay.
Oh, no, you can tell it's him. You can tell it's Xavier Woods. You're like, oh, that's you, dog.
I don't like the. Okay. I don't want to be fully gay, so I don't look the guys in the eyes. Okay. Even on my pornos. All right. So I won't even notice the guy in the face. Well, except for Sin, but he has dreamy eyes. And let's get away.
It's Johnny Sins. Come on.
It is.
He's been an astronaut, a doctor, a soldier. He done saved the apocalypse and the apocalypse and everything in between.
I know. But no, I didn't even know that, man.
No, yeah, it was wild.
No, I didn't. Like I said, I only got back into the product really 2 months ago, and then ran into this guy and was like, "Hey, you want to start a podcast about wrestling?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I watch everything now, but I ain't watched nothing since."
It's so strange. It was one of those things. It's like, yeah, I want to do more podcasts and everything. It is just time straight. So I just I always had like a third block. So I was like, yeah, I'll make a third block again.
Yeah.
Talking about serial killers for the longest time. And then fun from wrestling, this is way more fun. Trust me.
Hey, I'm
'Cause I
about
have-
it. I am about it.
Well, I have to change. I had to change my whole language on stuff, and you see me pause, like on the true crime stuff. You have to pause because you're not allowed to say certain words.
No, yeah, I get that.
And I'm like, I'm already like severe dyslexic, and I'm like reading this stuff, and I'm like, this is not happening. I can't do this anymore. But I can do this.
Hey,
Get back.
we're here, man. We're here.
Yeah.
We're here.
Get back on top.
Anyways, let's back to the matches. We're getting back to matches.
Now, okay. One of the highlight ones that a lot of people wanted to showcase, because they didn't want to give out the belts. I guess this in an elimination chambers. I guess it's not about the belts during an elimination chamber time frame. But you have Trish Stratus, Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Now this one was kind of slow moving.
It was like, I don't want to say Trish is 50, but she's 50. She had drinking age kids in the crowd watching her performance.
Yeah. She's still a gorgeous woman. It's just,
but
your joint.
It was super slow. It felt like everybody had to come down to that level to make it right.
Yeah.
So
go ahead, bud.
Personally, I could have gone without that match. I get it.
I think the whole reason
for
that match. I think the reasoning for that matchup.
It was a hometown hero thing.
Yeah, that was the reason why for that matchup.
I personally, I would have loved to have rather seen a title match. I would love to have seen, Braun against AJ, Shinsuke against LA Knight. Bring one of those titles back.
Well, I do like Nia Jax because she's a decent wrestler for how big she is, and she can move pretty fast. The one thing that got me, she's a great heel because she knew how to play the audience, because she kept on screaming USA, USA. I was like, you know what, I can get behind her a little bit now.
I mean, I don't like I catch a lot of hell. Because I was fighting it. I was fighting that urge, man. I miss you too, brother. Because I like Logan Paul.
Okay. I won't give you guff on any of the Paul brothers.
Nope.
Honestly, because if you take away,
they've earned it, dude. They've earned their respect. They've
earned their stuff. I mean, if you take away, look what a lot of people want to do. They want to go. It's like, well, they're just this. No, they're a lot of things. There are athletes. They are,
yes, like the way he took to wrestling, the way the other brother took to boxing, like
yes.
Plus, he came out waving an American flag in Canada. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't gonna take that away. I was all like, "Oh, dude, you might."
We'll go to your forest and find dead bodies too, bitch.
Bang, bang. That's a shoot, baby.
That's a good. That was.
No, that match. I get it. Hometown hero, Hall of Famer, 25 years.
He was also sucking Drake's dick during that match too, when he rode fucking whatever it was on the thing.
No, the thing about OVO or something like that.
Yeah, OVO.
Yeah, but it's funny. They really didn't even acknowledge him. They acknowledged Kendrick Lamar. They acknowledged all these other people, and then they mentioned Drake like once, and they're like, "Oh, you were there? My bad.
He's
of course
from
you were
Canada
there.
too.
You're Canadian.
He's like,
of course you.
I mean,
you started from the bottom with an indoor pool, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Started from the bottom. Now you're front row at Elimination Chamber.
Now, the other hometown hero matchup they did, this is what I'm going to call them. Both of them were hometown hero type things, was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now, looking at it this way, I mean, I'm just starting out watching wrestling again. And this was actually a good matchup. I liked it for the men's wrestling. This was actually 100 times better. And they were playing towards the crowd because they're both Canadians. And they're playing towards the crowd. They're not both Canadian.
The thing about it, though, is that this match,
they've
done this match. I'm not going to say a trillion, but they've done this match, I don't know how many times. I remember being at that Ring of Honor show when the first time they did that match, when they did Ladder Wars, when they did Guerrilla Warfare and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, that same spot with the refs, they've done that I don't know how many times already. I'm not taking away from the match. This match needed to happen on this platform, on this stage, and it was great because it's what we call a clinic in storytelling.
Okay.
It told that story of I love you, I hate you, we're brothers, we're enemies, we're doing this. Think about it. What was it? A year ago, 2 years ago? They had just main evented WrestleMania night one, won the tag championships.
Yeah.
And then less than 2 years later are destroying each other.
Well, that's how it goes.
Each other.
I mean, look at Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, but I mean, but
they do that. You're always going to do that constantly with that. It's part of the storyline. It's the reason why you can't get too mad about it.
No. I wasn't really mad. I was just like, I've been backstage before when this has happened. But then, like I said, you see the forest for the trees. It's like, this needed to happen. This was, yeah. And then, of course, at the end of that match, we got a big surprise, which is even better.
Yeah. Randy Orton coming out.
We got that was like, you done did it. You done did it. And then we're getting ready to see what his famous kick that he hadn't done since the pandemic.
Yeah, you get me on that one.
Roughly since the pandemic, he has done the kick, and then the officials want to stop him. Kenny, I will call you right now and be like, why did you stop him? Why did you do that?
I like the angle I like the angle that's going on with Orton. I like what we're about to see, I think.
Did he get hurt or something? Because I really hadn't seen him all too much.
He got the package. He took the package power driver, and so they had to work him. Like they wrote that whole story. We're not worried, but it was a neck injury basically.
Hey, we gotta throw a little shout out right quick. Chino, can you throw a shout out to Maddox? He's tuning in live right now. And
how can you tell?
Because I just got a text from his mom.
Oh.
Or from him. He said, guess what I'm doing right now? And he was watching us live. So can we do a shout out for Maddox?
Maddox! Wait. Maddox! What's going on, Maddox? Thank you for watching us, man.
What's up, buddy? We're glad you're checking us out, dude.
He can comment, right? Can he, does he have hands?
His parents might have shut
it
off.
I mean, I was like, wait, is that your nephew?
A good question.
Maddox, hit the thumbs up. He already did. Okay, he already did. We're good.
Okay.
Might have to bring him to the show, Chino.
I mean, whatever works, dog. Hey, V.
Oh, hey. Chino said hi, Mama.
Hey.
Like we're on a FaceTime call. But anyway, back to the podcast.
But
no, that's great. We appreciate it. Maddox, aka Magoo.
But that the
check on us every time, buddy.
But the barbed wire chair thing, that was the first one I seen. I mean, I like how late he looked in there. He was like, I can't believe this is here, and pulled it out. But that was actually pretty. It was really entertaining to the point where you got a lot of emotional into it because they both like at times it's like I can't believe I'm gonna have to do this way and do it that way and be a little bit more deadlier.
I just like how it wasn't gimmicked. That's what I like. That it wasn't gimmicked. That they actually said, "Hey, this is going to be live rounds coming here. This is a shoot. Let's do this." Because I mean, we've seen it, or we've even heard of it. Like best example, Mick Foley when he wrestled Triple H. The barbed wire that was used on Foley was shoot, but the barbed wire used.
Back to what I was supposed to say at 5 minutes, right quick, real fast.
Yeah.
You are Spick Foley.
Wow.
Yeah. Always getting shit broke over your face and thumbtacks and staples and
pew pew senor. What did you do here, man? What are you going to do, man?
Spick Foley.
Wow.
Anyway, back to your regular scheduled programming.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Now,
wow. Go and take over, Dave. I don't even know what to say right here, Dave. I'm in shock.
I'll take over. Okay. Now the last of it was men's elimination chamber, which they had a fanfare in there. They got in. They were talking their smack. I mean, John Cena hit the last part of it. It was decent. I mean, they had a couple of moves in there that they usually don't regularly use on as their like weapons. Okay, some of them did a couple of heart moves. Most of them were heart moves, but I mean, even John Cena's last move wasn't a heart move. What's that move that he did to CM Punk at the end? What's it called?
What
cross?
Not the crossface.
Yeah, it wasn't the
crossface or the STF.
Yeah.
No, Roxanne Perez did the cross. She did a crossface earlier in that women's chamber.
Yeah,
it was more like that STFU that he used to do.
Yeah, it was STF. Okay, I finally found it. But yeah, he did the heart STF, which it's just drawback. I mean, you're in Canada, you wanna show both the hearts, which is like their royal family for wrestling.
I mean, you have one of the most infamous.
It was a total tribute.
Yeah.
It was one of the infamous, training facilities, the dungeon, Stu Hart's dungeon.
And I also think now that Vince isn't in charge, like now that Vince is out of the way, I really think that this was Triple H and his way of maybe apologizing to Canada and getting through this shit. Well, but like Pat McAfee said, don't boo my fucking American national anthem, you stupid fucking Canucks.
I don't think he readily said it that way, but yes, in a roundabout way, yes, he did say it that way.
Yeah.
No, well, you have to remember, like back in 2012, that's when Shawn, Brett made up. That was supposed to be the apology. Brett joining the Hall of Fame, then the Hart Foundation joining the Hall of Fame. I want to say, this was a tribute show to like, hey, Canada, we see you, we get it. You're gonna boo us, we'll fight you, dog. But you have to realize that we understand that we see you, and we do want to show our appreciation to the wrestling, to the business, everything you've done.
Yeah.
So I mean, you, especially all the guys who came out of Calgary Stampede, ICW, all those different promotions in Canada. Especially recently when they had Maple Leaf Pro. They've just brought back Maple Leaf Pro like Maple Leaf Pro is probably one of the most dominant independent, companies out there for the longest time.
Dude, I have an old picture from Stampede Wrestling autographed by Clem St. Louis, the Klondike Kid.
I was all like, wait, who?
Yeah, the Klondike Kid. He was big back up on the Stampede circuit back probably late 40s to early 60s. But he ended up training racehorses with my grandpa.
No shit.
Cool old man, dude. Like all the stories in the world. But
now,
like he wrestled Gorgeous George and shit like that. He was a cool old guy. He passed away, I think, in 2017.
But speaking of the Montreal screw job, there was another screw job this weekend, and I don't know why they have to do it in Canada. Is Canada a place where you screw over another wrestler?
I mean, they screwed over Jinder Mahal. I don't know how many times, so.
Yeah.
And he's from Canada, so.
So what happened this weekend? John Cena was approached by The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. And on that, Cody Rhodes replied as, "Fuck you, Rock." And doing so, John Cena gets oh yeah, he did it. And you seen the thumbnail. That's the reason why you're here. You seen the thumbnail. You see John Cena going.
First off, what's the deal with The Rock making the whole "I'm Satan" fucking proposition? Like, I want your soul. I want your fucking all 9 inches of your wiener. I want what the fuck was up with that?
Okay, him saying that did it intrigue you? Because I know you. You'd have been like, I know you were like, what am I watching? What the shit is? I already know how you are, but to the fans, it's like, what does he mean by that? Exactly your point. He's the final boss. He's legitimately the director of the board, the final boss. But why would you go that route? The reason you go that route is because if you go back to when Dusty died, the first thing Rock told Cody was, "Don't quit. Don't lose your soul over this. Your dad's always going to be with you." If you look at the date that's on the belt that says Cody's soul, it's the day Dusty died. So it's like, I guess it wanted to represent the symbolism, I guess, or the symbolism, I guess, for people who do believe, whatever the case may be. Look at how Jesus was tempted. 40 days and 40 nights. He was tempted by Satan to eat the fruit, this and that. All right, here, take it. Well, not 40 days, 40 nights. Yeah, no, it was 40 days and 40 nights.
Yeah, because it's Passover.
He was tempted, and it's supposed to be like, okay, hey.
It's when crawfish prices get cheaper.
I'm telling you, man.
That
the Rock is Satan. You have Cody, who's that all-American boy who is the new people's champ, who is the new face of the company, who is, for this analogy, or just for this metaphor, is Jesus or God, whatever the case may be.
Okay.
And then you have the person playing the devil's advocate.
Okay.
John Cena.
Okay. I get you now.
So the thing about it is that, like,
so The Rock is Al Pacino and John Cena is Keanu Reeves.
Okay, I don't get that reference.
No.
No.
I know what you meant on that one. No, because I think it's a movie from back in the day where Al Pacino, they're lawyers. They're lawyers.
Yeah,
Devil's Advocate is what it's called.
And it's one of the few movies that you get to see.
The lady from
Charlize Theron.
Yes, Monster.
Special Victims Unit. You get to see her boobs and Charlize Theron.
Oh, you do.
Oh, that's right, you do.
Oh, yeah.
So
I forgot those.
If
We
you
always
look,
like
and I
boobs
wasn't
on
even
this podcast too.
I wasn't even the one that saw this or caught it. It was
We got to
Candy
do an
that caught it.
episode on wardrobe malfunctions.
I have a whole clip. I have a whole thing for that.
That we can show on YouTube and not get canceled.
Yeah, no, they're blocked out.
Oh, okay.
Candy brought it up. She's all like, because Cody is such a face for the company. Look how hard his face is when he has to tell Rock, "Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself." When he says that, and you look at Cody's face, you're like, "Oh, he really didn't want to say that. He did not want to say that at all." Like, and it's crazy because a couple hours even before that, John Cena was doing Make-A-Wish with all these kids who, in a couple hours, we're going to see him turn heel. And have you seen the clips of the kids crying on TikTok? And it is great. It is so great.
It made my morning, dude.
Dude, they're just like, oh, and the fucking parents are, it's okay. It's mainly little Mexican kids who are like, it was Cena. And the dads are, it's okay, mijo. It's okay. And the dads are drinking, laughing. The mom's all pissed off. Like, those clips are great.
Then it goes to hashtag don't hustle, hashtag disrespect, hashtag disloyalty.
Hold on. We'll do.
There was hashtag fuck them kids.
Okay. I won't do the sound or anything. Yeah.
That was him literally hours before with Make-A-Wish kids.
Yeah.
And then he turned heel. Dude, I wonder if any of them died last night.
Damn.
Well, he's like the angel of death. What do you expect?
Damn. They met Peacemaker the night before, and then Stan Lee the next morning.
Who was it that had that joke? And they were like, "Oh, was it Shane Gillis that had the joke where he was like, John Cena? Nope, no, you got to get way worse before you get to meet him, buddy."
Their face afterwards. Oh well.
Dude, it's great. It is great. But then again,
videos are hilarious.
This makes you think about the greatest heel turns in wrestling.
Yeah, I was gonna get into that. Well, what is like the greatest heel turns in wrestling?
Let's start with
Hollywood Hogan was probably the biggest.
That was
the biggest, but it wasn't the best.
This was the best.
No,
but then you had
the reason why I say Hollywood Hogan, because it gave birth to No Speak Sting for an entire year, and it gave us a great storyline that way.
Do you know the story behind that? The No Speak Sting and the Crow Sting and all that?
Yeah,
I'll break it. Oh,
who was it? I can't remember who. Razor Ramon, Scott Hall.
Okay, so Bischoff, really quickly, I'll paraphrase it. He wanted to make Sting the third man. At the time, Sting was going through some personal problems. That's why you didn't see Sting wrestle for almost a year. He was going through a lot of personal things. He wasn't talking, but then he was like, "Fine, I'll be the third man. I'll be the third NWO man." Well, then Hogan and Bischoff got together. Originally, Bischoff pitched it to Hogan. Hogan didn't want to do it because I'm this huge baby face. I'm the face of wrestling, yellow and red, McDonald's, whatever. So then Hogan thinks about it like, you know what, brother? I'll be the third man. No one will ever see it coming. Well, now Bischoff's got to go talk to Sting. We're going to change everything up, this and that. And that's when Hogan becomes the third man. If you go back and look at all those two, they were telling you Hogan's the third man without telling you, because it was always Bobby the Brain Heenan. It was always the Weasel, like, I get it. We have Hogan coming out. And before Bash of the Beach, but whose side is he really on? Who's he really talking to? What's going on? Stuff like that. And you go back and watch those old Nitros. Bobby the Brain Heenan's already telling you that it's Hogan. Then when you go look at the promos, for the longest time, they had issues cutting the promos, the NWO promos, because Hogan was still cutting them like he was Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. Okay. You go back and look at them. They're if you not that. Oh, I noticed. I don't know. but they're spliced really well because they had to do like the promos like in several different cuts, so they can get the cut they actually wanted, where it's like, oh, this is Hollywood Hogan now, stuff like that, like the history of like the NWO and like that, all that. Like once you really deep dive, you're like, wow, dude, Hogan was that was at the time the greatest heel turn. When Macho Man turned on Hogan after the Mega Powers because of Elizabeth, when Andre turned on Hogan and he wants the WWE Championship, when Seth turns on the Shield to join the to join the Authority.
Yeah.
When Danielson turned on the fans after the Yes Movement. When you got when Batista turned on Ray. There's so many. Those are probably great heel turns. This one is a generational heel turn. This is a heel turn that we needed. You gotta remember, John Cena has not been a heel since like 2003. He's always been that poster boy.
I think you're right. There hasn't been one this big since Hogan. Like this, like you're talking about, it's a generational heel turn.
Yeah. I got you on that one. I totally understand on that.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And you have to understand that, like, will we see another heel turn like this? We will, but by then we're gonna be old man. Yeah, we'll be in our 60s.
The reason why I say it's on the standing of Hulk Hogan is because Hulk Hogan for so many years have been in the babyface. No matter what, he's always been the babyface. Same thing with John Cena. John Cena was supposed to turn heel like years ago, but he even said it on that Chris Van
Vliet.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
Thank you. He said that on his show. He's like, hey, I already had all the stuff for turning heel, and they decided against it and decided to keep me as a baby face. Now, you have like 25 years that he's never turned babyface, and you're expecting it. You're expecting him to, I'm with Cody, and you're expecting it. The one thing during the whole weekend that you saw, I mean, it was a preamble. It was the only preamble of him turning heel is at the end of the elimination match, where he you're not supposed to take like someone else's folly. Basically Seth Rollins came in, stomped him, and you could see in John Cena's face, like, not surprised, like, oh, this is it wasn't surprised, oh, I can't believe this happened. You actually see it. It was his, oh, this is the moment where I was supposed to bring him in and take the freaking chamber match. You could see that on his face. It wasn't like surprise. It was he dotted his eyes and everything. And he was like, "Oh, I gotta take care of this." Then he did the. I already forgot what it was called. The
STFU or something like that.
STFU, yeah.
So when you go back and watch everything.
Now, this is just conspiracy on this one. Now, if you take the STF, you bring it back to the Hearts, it was going to be a screw job. I mean, if you want to go like super tinfoil hat and everything, but if you look at it that kind of story play and everything, it makes sense.
I don't know.
Yes and no.
Okay. Explain.
It makes sense because so the no, because it only made sense because John Cena didn't win the Royal Rumble, right?
Yeah.
So he declares, "Hey, I'm going to Elimination Chamber." Who is the first person to advocate for him? Like, yes, he needs to go to the Elimination. He doesn't need to qualify because you know what? Look at everything he's done for the business.
He's got seniority, yada yada.
Yeah.
CM Punk was the first person to vouch for him. Who are the last two in that match? Him and CM Punk. Prior to Seth Rollins, the whole Seth was already eliminated.
Think Punk's gonna turn up?
Punk kind of turned up on Monday, talking all kinds of crazy shit.
Oh no, that's our next topic is the Monday Night Fallout.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: is that this probably would have made much more sense had Punk won, Cena lost, and we could have one or two ways with that. Cena would have been like, well, you know what? I'm still going to be main event at WrestleMania, and this is why. And then turn on Cody. Because then that's a definitive sell your soul to the devil.
Yeah.
Do I like how they did it, though? Yes, I do like how they did it because it was just, you have like so many of us who have watched this. We're like, about damn time.
It was a total flip of the switch.
Damn time.
Yeah, it was a total flip of the switch.
You knew something was up. You knew something was up with Cena when after the Royal Rumble, he wasn't his normal happy self. Even when he lost at WrestleMania, he was his happy self at all the press conferences or the post scrums, whatever they call him.
I like that press conference.
First thing he said was, "Oh, the mic drop."
Yeah.
The first thing he said is, what's best for business is for me to head to
WrestleMania,
to headline WrestleMania. What's best for
he wants
business
to break.
is
He wants to break Ric Flair's record.
And Ric Flair's even gone on Twitter and said,
Ric Flair said, "No, the fuck you won't." He said, "I'll quit taking blood thinners and come out there and stomp your ass myself."
When you look at The Rock when he came after at Bad Blood, and he does this like that, right? Everyone's off three.
Yeah,
what does that mean? Okay, what does John Cena do when he comes to the ring?
Throws up three.
He throws up three. It was one of those things. Cena, when he was going to go, he was going to wear a singlet, get rid of the jorts. There was something about him going bald. It's all kinds of because of the bald spot, whatever.
Yeah.
There were so many telltale signs, dude. There were so many telltale, and that's like because I know we're running out of time. That's for another or the next or whatever the case may be. I'll send you all the notes that I have on it. I'll send you all the notes straight because y'all can do it, whatever. But this was something that needed to happen. It's a generational heel turn, like I said.
No, I don't think this will be your last time on this podcast. We can probably have you back on for that one.
I'll come back for one. I'll come back for a 6-pack. No, I'm a cheap whore.
I don't do 6-packs. I just do blowjobs.
You naughty boy.
Right. Trey, get the chopstick.
I gotta get that fish that.
Wait, you said chapstick or chopsticks?
Them two. Yeah, Candy walked in on the wrong time. Hey, babe. This was probably the best Elimination Chamber. This is also probably one of the best. This is probably personally. This is PLE of the year right now. And this is. We're gonna have to see how WrestleMania is 2 nights.
Yeah, we still have a
year.
We still have a full year of wrestling before we can get.
But as of right now, Elimination Chamber is the number one.
No. I don't know about that because Raw the next day, other than I mean, you got that last matchup in the Raw with Reyes and what's her name?
Ripley and Io Sky.
Yes. That was a good matchup.
No, it was a good matchup. What I'm saying is, as far as PLE goes, the PLE that was probably the pay-per-views, the old pay-per-views.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they call them PLEs now. But
PVPs.
prior to that, the PLE that was in France that set the standard for like crowd participation, and like when they were coming out, they were singing everything. When especially Jey Uso coming and the whole crowd, literally the camera shaking. Like the decibel levels were so loud that people were actually screenshotting their phones because they were getting warnings. Wherever you're at, back the fuck up because you will go deaf if you stay in this environment.
Okay.
That is awesome.
Oh.
I'm just saying that's me personally. Hey man, I'm just here to drink beer and hang out.
Yeah. No. Okay. If you separate the two, from like Raw so far and the pay-per-views. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So far, that's actually the best one for this year.
Yeah, we'll see what WrestleMania does. We still got SummerSlam, Survivor Series, all these other ones.
Did he just
So-
get paid by a soup?
Two
happened?
things about Raw that I want to recap. One is Rhea dropping the title right before.
That is so weird.
I hate it.
I'm
I don't.
telling you, it's. Go ahead, David. Go ahead. Okay.
Chino's got a whole conspiracy theory about this, about how it's going to turn into a triple threat.
It might be. It might be a triple threat. You never know on something like that.
The reason why is because it was Io against Liv Morgan for the Elimination Chamber qualifier.
Yeah, I knew
Rhea
Liv
Ripley
would win because she's already
It was
has the
done-
tag team match.
exactly. Plus, people want to see people want to see Bianca versus Rhea Ripley. That's actually a dream match right there. The thing about it though is that like those Bianca, Rhea, and Io. It's always one thing happens within those three that the dominoes. It's like the Last Dragon where it's all. They all intermingle. Something always happens with one of them. It always affects the other two somehow, some way.
Yeah.
This is what I called. Rhea's gonna call for her rematch clause. They're gonna go at it. Bianca's gonna come out. Something's gonna happen. Because they have 6 weeks to build on this, or 5 weeks, whatever.
Yeah. We got plenty of time where she can lose that.
But
belt.
what's going to happen is that she's going to get a rematch clause. Something's going to happen where Bianca interferes. Then Adam Pearce is going to be like, well, all right, since y'all three can't seem, y'all want to stay away from each other, we're making it a three-way. Give me a second, guys.
I could
Oh,
see
no, it's
that.
going to be a three-way.
I could see that. I was thinking that too. Now, do we have any other news that we need to give out, Trey?
No, really. The only other match I wanted to recap or incident from last night that I wanted to recap was the whole Gunther and Jey Uso thing, man. I'm fucking pissed.
We were talking this last night, and yeah, I'm absolutely agreeing with you on that. I think it's being over. It's over. It really is. They're trying to build up to it, but they're trying like the worst way.
Like, I understand Jay. Like, I understand Jay got jumped by a couple of dudes last night, but like Gunther came in the ring and then beat his ass and choked him unconscious. I now no longer have any fucking reason to want to see them fight at a pay-per-view. I don't care about it anymore. Like, I want to see, for my own personal bullshit, I want to see some kind of angle develop between LA Knight and Gunther.
Well, they can't. They're on different brands.
That doesn't matter when you're building to a pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Especially it's WrestleMania. It's a cross promote. Well, no, because
Jey Uso, like, dude, he got choked unconscious by Gunther. I have no reason to watch that match anymore. Like, I'm
no,
done.
Thank you. Well, no, she got me because this weekend we're gonna go hang out with our gay dad.
Ah.
So,
You have to have no slip shoes.
No. It's finna be a mess. So no, we need to see that, and I'll tell you why. You saw him get choked out. Like, no, this doesn't make any more sense to me. It does because, or I guess in my eyes it does because we're just seeing Gunther just like week in, week out, just beat the shit out of Jay, just beat him and beat him and beat him. But that's what it is. It's like it's that underdog story. You have no chance, and this is Rocky versus Apollo Creed. You have no chance in hell, dog. You've been getting your ass whooped. This guy's he's in better shape. He's stronger. He's bigger. He's better. No chance in hell. Vince McMahon. But
I don't think
And
they're
then
taking the
just
strap off Gunther though.
They will. Dude, I keep saying Walter. Stupid Indy. Indy Mark. Indy guy who's been on 2 cards with him. That guy has had a strap 85, 90% of the time he's been WWE. And I may be wrong. Please, someone, you can fact check me. But it's been about 80 to 85%. Or we'll go to 80, 85% of the time he's been in WWE.
Dave's dialing it up right now.
Yeah, please. But you have to understand that just means that they are probably going to put him in a better spot or have him do the cross promotional thing to where, okay, he's in a, because remember, they still do that trade-off thing, right? I think the deadline, have him go against fucking Cody again, right? Because who wrestled for the crown jewel?
Jesus.
Huh?
The crown jewel.
Yeah.
He
was
wrestled
Cody.
Rhodes.
Right. It was Gunther. It was Gunther and Rhodes, right? No, it wasn't.
One thing at a time. All right. This is the weird thing. If you're talking about World Heavyweight Championship on his first reign, it's 211 days. Now, the Intercontinental Championship,
666 days he lost to Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, his whole time in WWE, he's had a belt. He's
for a long time. He's had a belt.
Yeah.
For as long.
Yeah.
Now, look at the freaking crown jewel. Thank you very much.
The crown jewel, though, it was Cody against.
It was Gunther and Cody.
It was okay. I would love to see that rematch, and the reason being because it was brutal. It was just brutal. It was, and I know I'm reaching here, but it was It was this generation's version of Joe versus Kobashi, and it was one of those you're just like, oh wow, this is happening. This is fucking happening. And if you've never seen Joe and Kobashi, I highly suggest go watch that, because that match right there, you'll be like, oh. Hammerstein Ballroom, Samoa Joe versus Kenta Kobashi. At the end of the match, legitimately, Joe's chest is purple and blue and black. Right? You thought Gunther could chop. Kobashi's just like knocking his chest into next week. It looks like just ground beef. That's why, like, if you knew Gunther in the Indies when he was Walter, when he was chubbier, way chubbier, but he was just like, you think the chops he does now? Watch him when he wrestled guys like Zack Sabre Jr., Kenny Omega, Ricochet,
should have seen
Brian
him when
Kendrick.
He had some ass on him.
Oh, dude, like, this dude was like, when he was chopping, it sounded like Bianca Belair's hair whip. That's what his chop sounded like.
Damn.
Mm.
And talking about it, when he chopped these, they were legitimately flying across the ring.
Well, we're at about an hour and 8 minutes right now, almost an hour and 9.
Yeah, we got some other stuff to do. But yeah, check us out for next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Well, actually, before we logged off, I wanted to ask Chino 2 more questions. I wanted to know, what was your biggest win?
My biggest win was finding the love of my life, Candy.
Oh, shut up, fag. We're talking about.
I know she's right here. I had to say that. I had to say it. She's right here. I love you, babe. Biggest win. Not necessarily. I guess to me it was a win when I got to go down there to Florida Championship Wrestling. Being down there before I hurt my knee, that to me was a big win right there, because like I was around. I got to learn a lot of the business doing the promo classes, psychology, learning the different ins and outs of stuff. that was a big win for me. It's not necessarily a wrestling match. That was a big win for me. I have a bunch of those that were wins.
And what was your biggest match in your career? When I got in the ring with New Jack. What's your favorite match that you ever did?
When I got in the ring with New Jack.
Yeah.
That was because it came full circle. The only reason I even wanted to be in wrestling was because what we were talking about earlier, the mass transit incident.
Oh, okay.
I watched wrestling growing up, but watching New Jack, and I'm like, that dude's crazy. And I want to be up there with him. And years later, legitimately, a couple of days for my birthday, got to get in the ring with him. Back in 2019. Yeah, 2019. 2019, got to get in the ring with him. And we had a blast. Broke the acoustic guitar over my head. Got bloody. Got to do a little Texas run with him. He took me along with him to do a Texas run, and then a couple years later he died. So yeah, that was probably that's the biggest match for me.
Yeah. All right, brother. Well, we absolutely appreciate you being on tonight.
Oh,
and I'm sure we'll have you on again.
Yeah,
guys. No, I thank you. Thank you for having me on, David. It's a great honor meeting you. Great pleasure meeting you, Trey. As always, I love and miss you. I love and miss V. We got to get together. March 15th is my show.
Yeah, go ahead and talk about that for a second while you got the mic, brother. Let's hear it.
Well, real quick, because I know we got to go. March 15th, Luchador Bar, 622 Roosevelt, San Antonio, Texas. We will be having War at the Luchador 2. My social media it's normally Chino Bafa Reyes, Chino Reyes 210. Or Bafa Reyes.
Who are you wrestling March 15th?
March 15th, I am wrestling a real good friend of mine who you know. I am wrestling the Lost Cause Bryson Scott. He's a fellow Army vet, Iraqi vet. Known him and his wife. I've known his wife for over 20 years. I've known him over 10. It's going to be fun. First time we've ever
met. Which we've got lined up as future guests, by the way.
Awesome.
It's a regular match. And then real quick, I'll do a real quick plug in there, prowrestlingtees.com/Chino Reyes. That's where you can find my merch.
All right, brother. Thank you so much.
No, guys. Once again, thank you. Anyone watching?
No. Yeah, thank you for coming on the show and giving your expertise on some of the stuff, because there's a lot of the stuff that I just love in the background and everything that happens in wrestling for the show. And I
have stories. I have a lot of stories. So, but those are for another time. And I get it. But every time I'm trying to close.
Future content, bro.
Yes. But I'm David Dickerman.
Trey Witzel.
The badass fat ass Chino Reyes.
Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. And goodbye.